Hello, everyone, and welcome to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Emma, and today I'm here with my good friend Alex. Together, we're going to talk about a very powerful method for learning English, shadowing. But before we start, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt nervous when speaking English, even though you know many words?
That's a great question, Emma. I think most of our listeners will say yes. Many people can read or listen in English, but when it comes to speaking, they freeze. Their brain knows the words, but their mouth feels slow. I used to feel the same way before I discovered shadowing.
Exactly, and that's why today's episode is so exciting. We are going to show you how shadowing can help you improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence in speaking English. If you stay with us until the end, you will also get some practical exercises to start shadowing today.
Yes, and we don't want this episode to be just theory. We want it to be useful for you. So listen carefully because we will explain step by step how shadowing works, why it's so effective, and how you can make it a part of your daily routine.
And here's the good news. You don't need expensive courses or special teachers to do shadowing. All you need is your ears, your voice, and some motivation. So if you're ready to boost your English, this podcast is for you.
Stay tuned because in this first part, we will give you the background of shadowing. In the second part, we will go deeper into the benefits and the techniques. And in the final part, we'll do some real exercises together so you can shadow us directly. Doesn't that sound fun, Emma?
It does. And before we move on, I want to say something important. Please don't just listen passively. Try to imagine yourself repeating after us, even now. That's the spirit of shadowing, listening and speaking at the same time.
Perfect. So let's start our journey together. Get comfortable, maybe grab a notebook, and let's explore the world of shadowing.
Welcome back, everyone. In part 1, we introduced the idea of shadowing, and we talked about why it is such an exciting and powerful technique. Now, in part 2, let's go deeper. We want to explain clearly what shadowing is, how it works, and why it can make such a big difference in your English learning.
That's right. So let's start with a simple definition. Shadowing means listening to something in English and speaking at the same time, almost like an echo. For example, if you listen to me saying, "I like learning English every day," you try to repeat the sentence immediately without waiting. Your voice follows my voice, almost like a shadow follows your body when you walk in the sun.
I love that picture, Alex. A shadow follows you very closely, and that is exactly what we do in this technique. We follow the sounds, the rhythm, and the intonation of the speaker. At first, it feels difficult because you have to listen and speak at the same time. But after some practice, your brain gets faster and your mouth learns to move naturally.
Yes, at the beginning, you may feel frustrated because you think, "I cannot repeat so quickly," or "I don't understand all the words." But don't worry. It is okay if you miss some words. The important thing is to keep going and to stay close to the rhythm. Imagine you are singing along to a song. Even if you don't know every word, you still try to sing with the music. That is also shadowing.
That's a great example. Many people already practice shadowing without knowing it when they sing English songs or repeat their favorite movie lines. The difference is that now you do it with focus and intention to train your English.
Exactly. And let's talk about the benefits. I think the first big benefit is pronunciation. Many learners study grammar, but their pronunciation stays weak because they never practice speaking out loud. When you shadow, you copy exactly how native speakers use their mouth, their tongue, and their voice. It's like having a free pronunciation teacher with you all the time.
Yes, and the second benefit is fluency. Fluency means speaking smoothly without long pauses. Shadowing trains you to speak faster because you have to keep up with the speaker. At first, you will feel slow, But after a few weeks, your brain and your mouth will move together more naturally. You will not need to translate in your head anymore. You will just speak.
That's true. And I think the third benefit is confidence. Many learners are afraid to speak because they think they will sound strange. But when you shadow, you hear yourself speaking like a native speaker. Even if it's not perfect, it feels powerful. You think, wow, I can really say this sentence. That gives you courage to speak in real life.
Yes, confidence grows with practice. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I used to shadow Spanish podcasts every morning. At first, it was hard, but after a month, I noticed I could understand people faster and answer without panic. That was amazing.
I had a similar story, but with English movies. I loved watching action movies, and I started shadowing the dialogues. Sometimes I looked funny because I was talking to my computer, repeating every line. But it worked. My pronunciation improved a lot, and I started to feel more natural when I spoke with my friends.
That's the beauty of shadowing. It's flexible. You can do it with podcasts, movies, YouTube videos, TED Talks, even audiobooks. The important thing is to choose something you enjoy so you don't get bored.
Yes, choosing the right material is very important. If the text is too difficult, you will feel frustrated. If it is too easy, you will not learn much. A good rule is to pick something where you understand about 70 to 80% of the words. That way, you learn new things but still feel comfortable.
Good tip. And I would also say start small. Maybe shadow for just 5 minutes a day in the beginning. Don't try to do 1 hour immediately because you will get tired. It's like exercising. Better to do a little every day than too much one time.
Yes, consistency is the secret. If you shadow for 5 minutes every day, in 1 month you will feel a big difference. If you do nothing for 3 weeks and then shadow for 2 hours, you will not see progress. Small daily practice is always better.
And here's another suggestion. Record yourself. Many learners don't like their voice, but listening to yourself is very powerful. If you record your shadowing today and then record it again 1 month later, you will hear real improvement. That will motivate you.
That's such a great idea. I remember the first time I recorded myself. I thought, oh no, do I really sound like this? But later, after more practice, I sounded more confident and natural. That was a great feeling.
So let's summarize the steps for our listeners. Choose material that is interesting and not too difficult. Listen carefully to the speaker. Repeat at the same time, like an echo, even if you miss some words. Do it every day, even for just 5 minutes. Record yourself sometimes to check progress.
Perfect summary. And remember, don't worry about mistakes. The goal is practice, not perfection. Over time, you will improve naturally.
Yes, and one more thing. Shadowing is not only about speaking, it also helps listening skills. Because when you shadow, you pay attention to every small detail, the stress, the intonation, the speed. That makes your ears sharper, and soon you will understand movies and conversations more easily.
That's so true. Many learners say, I can read, but I cannot understand when people speak fast. Shadowing is the solution because you train your brain to follow natural speed.
Exactly. So, dear listeners, now you understand the main idea of shadowing, its benefits, and how to start. In part 3, we are going to do something very special. We will give you real exercises. You can shadow with us directly, and we will guide you step by step.
Yes, part 3 will be fun and practical. We will also give you some easy sentences to practice right now so you can feel the power of shadowing immediately.
So stay with us and get ready to speak out loud. Remember, don't just listen, participate. That is the real magic of shadowing. Welcome back, everyone. This is part 3 of our shadowing episode. We already explained what shadowing is and why it's so powerful. Now it's time for practice. Are you ready? Remember, don't just listen, speak with us.
Yes, please, if you are in a place where you can speak out loud, repeat with us. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Just open your mouth, use your voice, and enjoy the process.
All right, let's start with something very simple. I will say a short sentence, and you repeat immediately, almost at the same time. Ready? I am learning English every day.
Great, let's try another one. Shadowing helps me speak more fluently.
Nice job. And here's one more. I feel more confident when I practice English.
Perfect. If you repeated these sentences, congratulations! You are already shadowing. Remember, shadowing means copying the rhythm and intonation, not just the words.
Yes. Now let's make it a little longer. Try to follow me closely. Learning English is like training for a sport. The more I practice, the stronger I become.
That was wonderful, Emma. Now I'll give our listeners another sentence. Try to stay with me. I don't need to be perfect. I only need to practice every day.
Very good. This one is about motivation. Step by step, I am getting better and my English is improving.
I love that. And here's a fun one for our listeners. I can practice shadowing with songs, podcasts, and movies.
See? You are already practicing many real-life sentences. The more you shadow, the more natural your English will sound.
Yes, and here's a tip. If you feel the sentences are too fast, don't give up. You can slow down the audio or repeat the same part many times. Practice is more important than speed.
That's right. And remember, shadowing is not only about repeating. It's also about feeling the rhythm of the language. English has a special music, strong and weak sounds, rising and falling tones. When you shadow, you learn this music.
That's a beautiful way to say it, Emma. I think many learners forget about rhythm, but rhythm is what makes your English sound natural.
Exactly. So, listeners, make shadowing a daily habit. Maybe in the morning when you brush your teeth, or when you walk outside, or before going to bed. Just 5 or 10 minutes can change your English.
Yes, think of it like brushing your teeth for your mouth, but instead it's brushing your tongue for English. A small daily routine keeps everything clean and ready.
I like that comparison, Alex. And one more piece of advice, don't feel embarrassed. Sometimes learners are shy to speak out loud when other people can hear, but shadowing is your private practice. You can even whisper if necessary. The important part is to keep going.
Very true. And remember, even native speakers practice shadowing. Actors, singers, and public speakers use this technique to improve their voice and fluency. So you are learning like a professional.
That's right. And now, as we come to the end of this episode, let's give our listeners one final exercise. Are you ready? Repeat after me. I believe in myself. I can learn English step by step.
Beautiful. And now, one last sentence from me. Shadowing is my key to speaking English with confidence.
Wonderful! Dear listeners, we are so proud of you. If you followed us through these 3 parts, you now know what shadowing is, why it works, and how to practice it. You also completed your first exercises with us. That is amazing progress.
Yes, congratulations! But remember, this is just the beginning. The real progress happens when you continue every day. So please make shadowing a part of your daily routine.
Before we finish, we have 2 small requests. First, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our channel. That way, you will not miss any future episodes and you will always stay motivated.
And second, check the description below. You will find a PDF file with the script of this conversation and a vocabulary list. That will help you review the words and practice shadowing again later.
Yes, it's very helpful to read and listen at the same time, so please download it and use it for your practice.
All right, Emma, I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yes, but not for long. We will be back soon with another useful topic. Until then, keep shadowing, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself.
Thank you, everyone. Take care and see you next time.